So what we're witnessing happen to the media now is unprecedented in U.S. history. So we're looking at the consolidation of media under the banner of right-wing MAGA billionaires. And for the outlets that are not consolidating under the MAGA banner, they're the ones that are basically being harassed, sued, fined, and cracked down on. So that's why you see Trump is waging lawsuits against like the Wall Street Journal and New York Times and ABC and all these different outlets. And what they're ultimately doing is making you either comply or get destroyed. That's what it is, right? And it's crazy to me that more people don't talk about this, that there is a grand plan here. There is a grand strategy. This is not haphazard. This is not Trump going, I think these outlets committed crimes and I think these outlets should consolidate. No, it's literally all, it's all very meticulously planned out. And so that's why we're seeing, for example, CBS News. There's this merger that's happening, and you have this billionaire Larry Ellison who's helping take it over. He wants Barry Weiss to determine the content so she can control fucking 60 Minutes. They want to give her like $200 million for her shitty blog, The Free Press. Why is that? Because they know, she's going to be, first of all, ruthlessly pro-Israel, pro-Zionist, pro-genocide, but also she'll fucking toe the line of whatever Larry Ellison wants her to do, right? So now you have CBS is going to be under the banner of a right-wing billionaire. You have CNN. Larry Ellison also is making a bid to take over CNN. Not good news. So you got Fox News, Newsmax, One America News Network. You got Daily Wire Online, for example. You'll have CBS, CNN. You're witnessing the consolidation of right-wing media to make it like a one-party state, with the propaganda all being clear, straightforward, down the line. It'll be 24/7. You're getting this MAGA propaganda pumped into your mind. And the other ones, sue them, take them down. That's why Trump's got all these lawsuits against them. Well, here is Larry Ellison, who, by the way, is not only trying to take over, CBS and consolidate the media for Trump, but he's also taking over TikTok. It's him and some other right-wing billionaires that are taking over TikTok. And the purge is already underway. The pro-Palestine purge is underway. If you do content that's pro-Palestine, anti-Israel, anti-genocide, there's already been a bunch of sweeps to crack down on that kind of content. Well, here he is. This is posted by WikiLeaks, and he was asked some questions about Israel. This is from, I guess, a while back. And listen to what he says, and you'll get a sense of what's going to happen with TikTok now and what's going to happen with the editorial direction of the different news outlets that he's purchasing.
What is your connection to Israel?
Well, the renewal of the Jewish state is something that I think touches all of us. For 2,000 years, we were a stateless people. And now we have a country of our own, defended by all the brave men and women of the IDF. So anything we can do to support them, who devote their lives for preserving the state of Israel, keeping the people safe, and allowing our state to continue sometimes in very, very difficult situations.
Did you visit Israel?
I have been to Israel. I have been to the border. I have spent time to the people who govern the state of Israel. I feel a deep emotional connection.
So this was 2014. This was probably during or just after Operation Protective Edge, which is when Israel cut the grass in Gaza and killed, I believe the number was 83% civilians, killed thousands of people, 83% of them were civilians.
The state of Israel and the Israeli people.
You are an high-tech person. What do you think about Israeli startups and high-tech phenomena?
Oh, well, after Silicon Valley, there's an area, Herzliya has probably got more startups than any other place other than Silicon Valley in Northern California. So we've actually acquired a number of Israeli companies. We have two CEOs at Oracle. One's name is Safra Katz, and she was born in Israel. So again, we love the country of Israel, and we'll do everything we can to support the country of Israel.
We recently hear that many people criticizing Israel, especially after the Gaza operation. How do you feel as someone just saying we love Israel so much?
Well, again, it's a difficult situation, isn't it? To conduct military operations around civilians is very difficult, and of course there were tragedies, and the civilians were hurt. That's a terrible thing. But one thing we know for certain, that the Israeli army did everything they could to minimize civilian casualties. In that regard, they've done a much better job than a lot of other armies all over the world throughout history.
Why you always lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. All right, so here's what WikiLeaks says. Israeli-aligned billionaires seize TikTok and battle for U.S. narrative control. The White House has announced that the forced sale of TikTok will be finalized this week. The new ownership, led by Larry Ellison, the largest individual donor to the IDF, will take control of U.S. user data and the algorithm, which the White House says will be retrained. Oh, boy. Ellison, who made his fortune developing Oracle, a database system he originally built for the CIA, already controls CBS, Paramount, MTV, Comedy Central, Showtime, Nickelodeon, which makes kid shows, as well as Channel 10 in Australia and Channel 5 in the UK. Ellison is also expected to finalize control over Warner Brothers Discovery, that includes CNN, HBO, and the Discovery Channel, before the end of 2025. Even before the forced sale is finalized, censorship of TikTok content critical of Israel, including of the deal itself, has reached extreme levels as the platform moves to align with its prospective new owners. Fox, a Murdoch asset, is also seeking to join the Ellison consortium, a move that could enable cross-promotion between Fox and TikTok, further tightening the Israeli-aligned information bubble. Disapproval of what Israel is doing in Gaza has risen to 60% of the U.S. population, nearly double the approval rate of 32%. Wow. The U.S. still has over 3 years of Trump left. Israeli-aligned Jewish billionaires control OpenAI, Google, Meta, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Palantir, CBS, HBO, and most of Condé Nast, which is Reddit, Vogue, The New Yorker, Wired, GQ, Vanity Fair, as well as numerous Hollywood studios, regional papers, and radio stations. By the way, let me just pause here for a second to point out, we used to have like over 50 different media companies. Now the consolidation has really sped up and we're down to like 5 major media companies. And this is what happens. So now you got the fascists in control and the billionaires are cucking themselves to the fascists and giving the fascists whatever the fuck they want. This is the problem with extreme wealth consolidation, is the billionaires and the fascists will always work together, snuff out democracy, destroy the will of the people, all for profit, all for money, all for power, all for control. That's where we are, and we're witnessing it. We're in the middle of it right now. They continue. Europe, meanwhile, remains largely absent, offering little real competition in the information space. It's one real success story, Telegram, which it managed to comprehensively alienate after France arrested its founder, supposedly for not handing over enough user data. Will the U.S. and other U.S. allies align with the Israelified TikTok algorithm or attempt to create a politicized alternative of their own? Decentralized alternatives like Keat and Nostr offer strong resistance to censorship but are still young. Larger platforms like Telegram and Red carry serious risks of censorship, including eventual sell-off to other interests. For users, the sweet spot may be to use both, one for political reliability, the other for... Anyway, so this is what WikiLeaks is saying. But man, I don't think people fully see the picture right now when it comes to U.S. media and where we're at. I don't think people truly get that none of us are safe, bro. None of us are safe. So my show here is on YouTube. YouTube is owned by Google. Google's owned by Alphabet. The CEO, I think, is Sundar Pichai. And he was at Trump's meeting with all the billionaire oligarchs. Remember that meeting in the White House where he was sitting next to fucking Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and all of them were there? Well, that guy was there too. So one fucking phone call, if he doesn't like what he sees, if he finally catches on to the fact that new media is actually where it's at, and there's a lot of eyeballs, and there's a lot of passion, and there's a lot of us out here, soon as he catches on to that, he could pick up the phone call, make one phone call, and you could have the algorithm completely and utterly snuff out outlets like mine or outlets like Midas Touch or whoever. Like, they could just fucking, one phone call, we're cooked, we're done, it's over. And so, I know I mentioned this before, but it's time to start making some contingency plans, and it's time to... hopefully I'll be able to come up with something and tell you guys to follow me there. But I know most of you will probably stay on YouTube because you're addicted to YouTube. I'm addicted to YouTube also, right? It's not as simple as like, oh, come to this place and then people just go. It's not that simple. But, you'd want it to be that simple because if they decide to snuff out outlets like these, it would be so fucking easy for them, and, it'd be nothing. It's like killing a mosquito or a gnat. It's absolutely nothing to them. And that's the trajectory we're heading down. And it is a super disturbing thing to see. And again, we're only a year into the Trump regime. It's only going to get worse. As he becomes less and less popular, as people hate him more and more, he's only going to get more authoritarian, more extreme, and try to clamp down control more and more, specifically using the media. And, effectively, at this moment, we're all sitting ducks. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.